just special for this. I was like, how much of the new Kanye song could I play on YouTube? And I cut it down to this.
This is the Ministry of Silly Talk.
Silly Talk. Ministry of Silly Talk.
This is the Ministry.
This is the Ministry of
Silly Talk. This is the Ministry of Silly Talk.
Thank you for listening to my daddy's stupid podcast. And remember, his head is full of doo-doo, so don't listen to anything he says.
That's very funny.
Generals, welcome to another new and exciting episode of the podcast where Josh has his phone on.
I'm a businessman.
Yeah, we got a lot of going on. Come on, this is where we really make our money.
Of course.
I did want to address.
We got 14 views last week. I mean,
you were way ahead of me. I did want to mention, though, that what happened last week was it was experimental. You know, we didn't record. You guys weren't privy to it, but actually last week I think was good for the pod because we just broed down on the porch.
Yeah, we just had some beers on the
crashed
porch.
a few brewskis, and we're like, hey, you know what? Let's not do that.
Yeah. Let's not pretend that we're normal and let's stay on the porch.
No, it was a good time. Yeah. Porch is all right. I love that porch life.
It's pretty good.
It was good. It was, like I said, I think it was better for all of us.
Well, the kids were out that day. You know what I mean? It was it was a really nice day out. It was a good day to sit on the porch.
Yeah. But in that vein, that was an experimental use of an old. I edited an episode that we didn't want to put out and tried to make it a thing, and it was 11 minutes long. So that, you know, I'm not saying it's not going to happen again, but it'll be different if it does.
Yeah.
You know,
different every time.
The people have spoken.
Both of them. Because I think I might be responsible for 4 of those 14 views.
I'm enough of them because I kept going in and trying to edit it to get people to watch it. It may have just been me and you. People may have seen the 11-minute episode and it was just us checking on it. This week though is going to be super awesome and
banger coming.
It's going to make sense this week. So in that episode though, we did
meet this young lady.
Yeah, her engine Tina. Her name is Tina, and she's the face of this Chinese company that sells engines. And I did a deep dive, and she's got bangers.
Engine in my factory. What are you thinking? Why have you found me? I have many engines. Don't talk about them. They are very company. Don't lie to me and don't question me.
What?
They are used engine. Don't miss me.
Now that is actually pretty good business. Where
don't lie to me and don't question
me. Yeah.
To me and don't question me. They are used engine.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of into this lady telling me not to question her though.
Don't miss me. They are very company and quality very practice. Don't talk about them. Don't lie to me. Engine in my factory. Come get it and then.
So what was she doing?
Yeah, what's her name?
Was she?
It's in. I can't.
Yeah, was she listening to the translation on the phone and then just saying it?
There is no real way to explain that, and to be fair, we'll get into it, but her English is obviously better than my Chinese.
Yeah.
I only know a little bit of Chinese. We're going somewhere with this.
Our warehouse has a large collection of the auto parts.
But she is, I'm a single man. I'm just being objective. Tina's a smoke show.
And the guys that are buying engine, probably would rather see Tina than me.
Absolutely. Well, that's massive international business. And look, whatever you say, that's everybody's type. Whatever that is, she's globally hot. I'm not saying anything, but I do speak a little bit of Chinese. I do.
So what would you say to her if you had an opportunity?
I believe I would say, well,
Let it loose and knock that hoe. 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 Let it loose and knock。我来松下动动动动动动动动，我来松下that hoe。动动，我来松下那个动动动动。
I gotta be honest. This came across less aggressively in my head.
That was great, dude. That was awesome.
Way less aggressively.
It was perfect.
I was playing.
It fit really well.
Hey, you know, in the comedy business, they call that a callback. That is a callback from an old episode. But listen, Tina, it seems to me we're wrapping this America thing up. Just let me know. I'm on my way. Well, it's Songshai Nakadongdong. Probably gonna have to cut that out. I don't know what YouTube's gonna make of that.
What, us trying to say Chinese?
Yeah, that's yeah. What do you want me to do? I need a palate cleanser.
If I snap my fingers, you forget that you ever did.
Never gay.
Exactly.
Wait, no, stop. You can't. I was never gay.
Okay.
No, I was never gay. You can't just state something, then snap your fingers, and then be like, I was never gay.
If
you say so.
I snap my fingers.
Dude, I literally got my daughter with that on the way to school the other day because I assumed she'd had seen it.
Oh, wow.
I was like, if I snap my fingers, you'll forget you were ever gay. And she was like, but I'm not gay. And I was like, exactly.
That's awesome. Oh, man.
I was never gay. No, stop. You can't. I was never gay.
But see, what's so great about this is even if you've
gay.
seen this, if someone pulls that on you, what's your response?
What's your response? Yeah.
Besides, I was never gay.
But I wasn't gay. Yeah.
But the fact that he says I'm not gay,
Yeah.
the fact that he doesn't say I'm not gay,
Yeah.
he just says I was never gay. Like, it could be, but I just wasn't.
Well, 'cause you forgot.
Yeah.
Because he snapped his fingers. You're in a loop, baby.
Well, in the way he just breaks the fourth wall with that.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Sure.
You can't just.
He hits him again one time closer to
state
the end
something,
too.
then
That's
snap
really
your
great. Clearly, you see what I mean.
Yeah.
He's like,
And then be like,
sorry. I at least needed to do that because I'm probably going to have to cut out the whole kind. We'll see what YouTube says, but I'm not going to cut out the
you
whole
bleeped it. It's fine.
I don't know if it's going to let me use his beat, though. Hold on. I have... So this is sort of apropos of nothing, but this was just a funny video that's been going around. So this is a news story. I don't know where this is from, but they're talking. This reporter is talking about these benches that had been removed from the bus station.
It's now gone. It was taken down about 30 minutes ago, but the reason why it was up is because bed bugs were found on one of these benches out here. That's the reason why they put up these.
Your boy goes every day to that bench.
That guy was just on those benches.
Yeah, they just took him away 30 minutes ago.
Yeah. The look over his
because bed bugs were found on one of these benches out here.
It's a ding.
Yeah, he's like, I have been having a lot of bed bug situations recently. Bed bugs are crazy. Have you ever had any experience?
Yeah, that's weird that I've never, even in junk removal, I think I'm sure there's probably been houses that it was there, but we just didn't realize.
Yeah.
But I haven't had a lot of experience.
Pull
with
that mic up towards your face.
I haven't had a lot of experience with that. Or I've had a couple people call me and specifically say that their house was bed bug, and I said no, but.
Yeah, because you do have to be very careful because
they can't bring it in my house.
They get into everything and they become like a huge problem. It is worse in areas with like apartment living.
Yeah, of course.
Places where the population is much
more
larger,
dense,
it gets crazy. But like bed bugs are nuts too, though, because I've known people who've gotten bed bugs at like $1,000 a night hotels.
Yeah, it's not necessarily a socioeconomic thing.
Yeah,
I mean, but
it is. But I'm saying it can get anywhere.
It can go anywhere. That's what that's the point I'm trying to make.
I stayed in a hotel I stayed in a really nice hotel for work one time in Memphis and got bit by bed bugs.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and they're these real crazy little like circle bumps. Two of my buddies who were roommates in Chicago got bed bugs because I came home one summer and we were hanging out and they were like, we got these mosquito bites, but they're these like real specific, like very like circular bites. Sure. And I was like, man, it's not
mosquitoes.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put my bag in the car.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna get some lice spray.
Let's go hang out somewhere else.
Maybe the hospital. Maybe a bleach factory.
Do you guys have some fire laying around that we could maybe introduce into this situation?
Here? Are we you guys dabbing or all anything? We sanitize this place.
I got something for us. It's time to do something that all the ladies love, and that's talk about sports.
Nice.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise.
Well, another thing that all the ladies
love. It's time to sports in your shorts.
Hey.
All right, so in sports news of late, I have a couple of things for us to look at. Have you ever seen these really... They're so dope. There's so many of them on the internet, and I haven't seen one in person yet. But to me, they could become the new fireworks, as these like crazy elaborate drone shows.
Yes,
right. Where like things are lit up and everything. I guess the Dodgers did one around opening day because they're the Dodgers. They're whack, but they did one that featured Dave Roberts, who's their manager. They just won the World Series, and Ice Cube because Ice Cube performed at the stadium on opening day.
Okay.
So they did this drone show that this guy
captured.
That this guy captured on footage. And to be honest,
California,
the first run through. I want you to just listen to this guy because he's clearly like, oh, look at this dope drone show over the stadium. You can tell he's kind of close to it because you can see the lights.
He's a few blocks away.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know exactly what this one is. This one is questionable.
What is it? Oh man. What is that even supposed to be, though?
It's supposed to be Ice Cube
rapping with the Dodgers jersey on.
Yeah, well, no, the guy doing this is Dave Roberts, I believe. I think
is that supposed to be Ice Cube getting it?
Well, look, man, we don't know what's happening there, but yeah. So he guesses
that's Ice Cube with the jersey on.
No, the guy with the jersey.
He's got a microphone in his hand. He's rapping.
But I'm pretty
with
sure
his fist up. Come on.
I would think it just
shirt untucked. That is not the manager.
So then who is the guy on the left?
That's just the guy twerking on Ice Cube.
What is going on?
There's a guy twerking. That's one of the Bat Boys twerking on Ice Cube.
I just figured the white was like Dave Roberts has like a gray beard, but yeah, no, the shirt's untucked. And you know how complicated putting this together is?
Fist up.
Yeah, no, it's Ice Cube.
That's not Dave Roberts.
But I assumed this was Ice Cube because it looks like maybe that's a bandana. Maybe that's a I don't what.
No, that's not Ice Cube. Let's be honest. Left or right, who looks blacker?
Yeah.
I mean, let's be real.
Yeah, no, that looks more like Ice Cube.
What are you going there, Tiger?
Oh, there's a cat in here. But I love his thing.
I don't know exactly what this one is.
I don't think anybody does.
We're having a hard time putting it together. It doesn't look great.
It's like they're trying to put a mooning scene with a rapping scene.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's crazy.
What do you want, Kitty? And what's funny too is the cat's in here and not on any of the cameras. He's literally found the one place.
Oh, he's like in a
he's just in a void.
He's in a
like
dark
he's
spot.
getting ready to rob them because I was like, well, this could be some content. It's a cat. Oh, there he is. There you go.
See you later.
Like, of course, it's something people on the internet like. That is funny about the internet because it's like if 90% of it's porn, another 8% of it is cats.
Yeah, and then there's puppies, and you're done.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Yeah.
And then like there's a 0.1% that's just rage.
It's just race hate.
Yeah, it's just rage from each.
It's just angry.
It's like, oh, the French.
Yeah, but to most of the storage space is cats.
It's kittens and
cats,
titties,
puppies, and pornography.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, quite as quickly.
That is just, to me, that has
See if
become
I can edit
ubiquitous
here.
with races.
But I didn't mean for that to happen.
But it was great.
It really is one of the better things we've had happen.
Because we
in our
can
lives.
just say that about any group and just hit them with all the French.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay, I don't know exactly what.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's got creases in his
exactly
jeans,
what
bro.
this one is.
That's the ice
No,
cube.
that's maybe it is cube. I would have to see if Dave Roberts wears number 24. That would be.
Oh yeah, that'd be fair.
Roberts wear. Because it's not like it's going to answer any questions here.
No.
We're not going to get any closer to what this was.
This was not the
supposed to be.
intended image.
Oh no, he wears 30 on his jersey, so maybe that was supposed to be a cube.
Yeah, probably is.
But I don't. There's just no. There's no explanation for
It's one laser twerking on another. Is what
yeah.
that is,
Well, and it's like his hand placement is giving gape.
It's really getting it in there. It's like he's opening himself up.
Whatever he's supposed to be doing. Another championship.
Yeah.
Oh boy. But on the topic of sports, you may enjoy this one because this cat is gonna at least be on the show.
Yeah, the fact that you're quasi interrupting, but you're not getting
even
his views.
Yeah, you're not even
bullshit.
contributing.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, buddy. That's pretty much what you do. I'm going to shame you, and you're fat. Now what? I'm sorry. I felt bad about that.
You don't care.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have any interest in that. But we've discussed this before. You know, we talked about like can you get 5 yards in the NFL thing and all that, right? So it's like this guy in France, though. This man, his name was Dominique Roux, Roux. I'm pronouncing that with knowing of all my French. He was arrested and taken into custody after it was revealed that he had been playing in a game against 16-year-olds. He's 28 years old and a former semi-pro hockey player.
Playing hockey.
He somehow, all right, here we go.
That's wild, dude.
Roux somehow was able to convince the Armenius U16 hockey team that he was eligible to play in the league. He then appeared in 3 games before the club and one play caught everyone's attention. The other team was breaking the puck out of their own zone where Roux casually skated through neutral ice to make a big hit on the unsuspecting puck carrier. I'm not going to play this on YouTube because I don't know
Is it
how
gnarly?
it's not, but I don't know. I don't know. But I'll show it to you.
Okay, please.
And you can sort of determine from there. Let's see this video.
And this is in France?
Yeah.
Okay. Good God. You know how quickly I'd be out of the stands beating that guy to death if he did that to my 16-year-old who's 30 years old?
Crazy. That's crazy.
To a 15-year-old. That's a little kid, dude.
Yeah, no. It's
bonkers.
I'll let you talk about it.
That's
'cause I have
bonkers,
no
dude.
words for what's going on there.
The beating that I would.
Well, and the punishment he should receive.
Well, I hope that France's jails or prisons are somewhat like ours. You do stuff like that around, that's not flying.
To kids?
No.
And
that's not flying.
It's part of why I didn't want to show it on YouTube either, but he's 28 years old playing against kids. But I did think it kind of fed into the idea of, like it's someone being like, oh, what would possess you, right? Because even if you were someone who was like, oh, I used to be really good at X, Y, and Z.
It's only cool to be good at 16-year-old shit when you're 16.
Exactly.
That would be like me when I was 25 saying, you know what? I'm going to make a faith birth certificate and go play football again.
Yeah, exactly.
What?
You can't behave that way.
Well, if you're doing anything that if you told a normal person about it, they would puke, you probably shouldn't be doing it.
You gotta keep talking because I'm.
No, well, to me, this is worse than the men playing against ladies almost, because it's like, Jesus.
No, it's it's literally the worst thing an athlete could do.
And I mean, being grown men, the difference between a 15-year-old man and a 28-year-old man is light years.
Especially,
even if they weigh the same.
Even if that guy didn't have any skills in skating, even if he wasn't a former hockey player.
Even if both of them were 150.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That 28 versus 15 is a different game.
No, it's pretty wild.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, but that kid, should have kept his head on a swivel.
Yeah. Maybe pass the puck, buddy.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, move it around a little bit. Don't get caught out there
You're
looking.
a little cocky, well, yeah.
That is a sport I don't really know much about.
No, I don't get it
either.
I've tried. I don't.
Yeah, and I'll say this about hockey: if you're into hockey, I get it. It is a dope sport. Like
if I understood it, I can see where I'd be entertained.
Yeah, I've seen it on TV. I've been to hockey games. It is cool, and it does get amped up. And I vaguely understand what's going on. Mostly for me, hockey
kind of seems like turbo violent soccer.
Yeah, and mostly hockey too. For me, is I didn't grow up watching it. I wasn't a big fan of it. And then I did too, because years ago when the Blackhawks started getting really good. I kind of thought maybe it was a fluke. So people I knew, I was like, oh, I've known you for 20 years. Now all of a sudden you're a huge hockey fan. And then they got to enjoy a bunch of good years of hockey. And I had already written the check because if I'd have showed up
with a Blackhawks jersey,
it
over
massacre.
You've been cooked.
Yeah, no, I hold a very good reputation of being, the non-fair weather fan.
See, to me, I feel like if you're not someone that grew up around hockey being an accessible sport, if you don't live in the absolute north of this country, hockey's not accessible.
See, and hockey was accessible to me. I knew people who played. It just never interested me.
But when I say accessible, I mean like basketball. You can go down to the courts and play.
Yeah,
you can play football in your backyard.
But I will say though, where I grew up, if you wanted to play hockey,
it was
millions of options. It is a hockey place. I know a bunch of people who played hockey. I just literally never got into it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it does look dope. But
I feel like the live version is probably super dope.
Live hockey is amazing. Yeah. I go to minor league hockey games if I'm somewhere traveling and they have
Macon stuff.
I think so. I went to one of those. It was pretty good. Minor league hockey's crazy too, though, because those guys are like the amount of fighting they do and
wild.
Yeah, and how they like bang each other into the boards and stuff because they're trying to make a name for themselves.
Yeah, okay.
And there's way less oversight.
Yeah.
No, I saw a dude years ago. I went to a Chicago Wolves game, which is like AFL or AHL or whatever. It's the next league down from the NHL, and that's like a historic, long-running minor league hockey organization. And I don't think they were like 5 minutes into the game, and there was like blood on the ice because they were playing some team I don't know about and a bunch of people I don't know, but they just started getting after it like immediately. And I was like,
that's cool. You don't get that experience in other sports.
Yeah, I love going to minor league baseball games. I've never been to one where in the first inning there was a brawl, and a sanctioned brawl, and then those guys got to come back in later.
We know apparently, you've heard of semi-pro football.
Oh yeah,
which is just dudes in their 20s and 30s on steroids,
of course,
smashing each other.
Yeah, just getting after it.
And I had a couple buddies that I played high school ball with that ended up playing arena football, but it was essentially semi-pro, you know what I mean? Like it was an actual team in Rome, Georgia.
Yeah. No, arena football was great. They had one down the road from us, and I went to a game, and it was the last game of that season, and I went, boy, live, this is fantastic.
Yeah, I don't understand.
I could do more of this, and then it went belly up, and then it went away. And arena football is terrible on TV. It's not good on
TV. No. It is not. It's weird. It's just too small.
Yeah, it doesn't translate to TV. But, man, the live experience was pretty good. We've earned ourselves a break.
Okay.
And coming up, I just want to give everybody a heads up. After the break, Josh Rage is going to experience an endurance challenge. It's one I don't even know if I can take.
Oh, no.
But That's coming up after the break.
Let me get a cigarette in me.
Yeah. I'm going to need a minute. Let's
maybe a beer.
Let's run these. This episode, as usual, is brought to you by Shirt Caviar. Visit shirtcaviar.com and use promo code OGA to save 10% on your order today. I'm dripped out in the lizard person on this particular episode. This is a collaboration of Tony's and I. You see the 1 Gram Army patch. You see the Pod Caviar patch that I showed backwards as I said them.
Nice.
But check it out, shirtcaviar.com. Use promo code OGA. Save 10% on your order today.
And hit the hotline, 847-665-9238. We really need some, we need content, people.
Hit us up.
Come on.
And don't forget, like and subscribe on YouTube. Get down in the comments. Talk to us.
Audio available wherever you get podcasts.
All right, we'll be right back.
Folks, head on over to shirtcaviar.com. We got a wide selection of shirts for every occasion. We got the Time's Up Dolphins, got to get them out of here. We got the Jesus with the Newsy, perfect for Easter. We got the Doubt the Voices, whoa. We got Tiger Woods, holy crap, a fan favorite. And last but not least, we got Big Purr Aesthetic, Volume 1, all at shirtcaviar.com. And remember to use code OGA for 10% off your order at shirtcaviar.com.
And we're back. Welcome back to the second half of whatever's going on here. I cannot possibly tell you how excited I've been about getting this put together. Plus, also, we finally get to use the Josh Rage segment intro.
Yeah, which was
Josh Rage, $13 water. Josh Rage, using go-go. Josh Rage, nurse, expensive meals. Josh Rage, fucking dark.
Came together.
You hit the nail on the head there.
That one really came together well.
Hit them all there.
So this is sort of an endurance challenge of, internet cringe, which is a big... You cashed out. You didn't even sit at the table. Hold on, man. Come on. We're broadcasting.
All right,
We're
I've
making
waited
content.
on these people. Let's go.
We're making content.
Yeah.
So it's less than a minute.
Okay.
But we got to try to get through all of it, and then we'll discuss on the back end. Okay?
Okay.
You have to, but listen, we're on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to do a bunch of editing.
Sure, I'll
You're
try
my
my
friend,
best.
of course. You're like, yeah, I would like to make this as smooth as possible and use words
that are acceptable.
appropriable.
Yeah.
Appropriable. That's not a word. I'm so excited.
Hello, Earthlings. I'm Adam the Alien.
I'm Jeff Klein.
I'm Shauna. Tristy doesn't want to talk to you.
Samuel!
All right, and we're going to do some stuff for you today. Fedoras are awesome. Fedoras are awesome.
Yes.
Fedoras are awesome. Fedoras are awesome.
How old are these people?
Fedoras are awesome. Fedoras.
We could take a guess, but they're not 12.
No.
Which would be the
That's
only
the
time-
only acceptable.
Yeah, you would have to be not an adult.
You'd have to be 12 and maybe special needs.
I'm going to go ahead and go on a limb, and the guy on the right is
40-ish?
older than me.
Yeah. 45 maybe? This guy in the middle is 35.
Yeah.
These broads are something.
Their
haircut choices alone.
Fedoras are awesome. Fedoras are awesome.
I don't even...
Mine's better. Fedoras are awesome.
Mine's better.
Fedoras are awesome. Fedoras, they're awesome. Fedoras, bananas.
What is she saying is better?
Killed. Fedoras are awesome. Bananas are lethal.
something about bananas. Do you need me to run it back for you?
wanna-
Let's not end it then.
Yeah, no, I want to hear what
You love
this girl is saying on the left.
You're enjoying this.
I guess.
I can tell. Blood pressure. We need a really.
I need a Whoop bracelet.
Yeah, we need a blood pressure thing for Josh Rage. It's upsetting me too. Listen, I'm not any more tolerant of this. I'm just. I've already seen it.
It's just this guy. Like, what if you were their dad? You know what I'm saying? Like, you went to work, you came home, and your 35-year-old son is singing "Fedoras are awesome" on the couch.
Hold on, you missed what the lady said. You missed the banana part too.
Fedoras are awesome.
She said mine's better.
Mine's better.
She doesn't have a fedora on.
No, she doesn't. Haircut's terrible.
And the older gentleman is not wearing a fedora. That's just a regular ass hat. And it also sucks. It's like a regular
don't
hat.
call that a regular hat. That is a terrible.
Yeah, no, we're hat guys around here. That hat sucks.
That is no good. I'd rather show my bald spot than wear that hat.
It's still just a hat, though.
Yeah.
It's not a fedora.
When he's not going all in on the fedoras.
No.
Fedoras are awesome.
Now a banana is about to be introduced into this situation.
They're awesome. Fedoras, banana, I'm being killed. Fedoras are awesome. Bananas are lethal. Fedoras are awesome.
This is improv, baby.
I was about to just say, is this
is
some
definitely
improv?
It's definitely some sort of improv troupe.
I thought it was just super weird, but then the banana thing when he said I got killed by banana. Yeah.
No. They're like, we're super quick and clever, right? He even says we're gonna do some stuff.
Christy doesn't want to talk to you. Samuel!
How'd that sit with you? You like that person?
Not at all. No.
Yeah.
That reminds me of some idiot that I've worked with before that I wanted to drown in the beer cooler.
Come on, you don't like that person?
Please do not use gendered language to
I don't know if I'd be a
everyone.
fan of they,
Talk
but
to you. Samuel! All right, and we're gonna talk to you. Samuel! All right, and we're gonna do some stuff for you today.
what level of employment is
Fedoras
existing in this
are
video?
Awesome. Fedoras are
Obviously, this is what they do, right? They're an improv troupe, surely.
I mean, is it baristas? What are we talking about here?
Probably, and some of them, trust fund kids, and
Possibly, yeah. I mean, the fedoras that are awesome.
It's
wild.
It's really ungood.
killed. Fedoras are awesome. Bananas are lethal.
That what a great riff. Yeah,
the bananas are lethal because she pretended to shoot you with one.
Yeah. How do we
in a society get to where this is something that people are putting on the damn internet?
That's it's
and
the
they put
internet,
everything on the internet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
But I just
I wonder how
we're consuming it. So, but
this has to be an acceptable way to for where it's okay for me to feel about these people like I do about dolphins, but they're not really doing anything. It's
this is much more
internet.
biased by us.
Yeah,
the dolphins are doing actual negative things.
Yeah,
these guys are just being disgusting.
They're not bothering any. Well,
they're not, but we chose to be bothered by them.
Yeah, that is fair.
Yeah,
that is. You do have to be.
This isn't network television. It's not 1972. We don't have four channels. This is a choice.
This isn't a question of look what they're pumping in.
You've got to find this.
Yeah. Hey, and for some reason, my algorithm was like,
"Hey, now,
I bet you'll watch this a couple times," and you were right because I was like, "I hate it." But I know somebody who needs to see it.
Dude, I could not be in that building. You know what I'm saying? Are you kidding me? Unless I was robbing them, I could not be there. If I was there, I would rob them. There's no...
I don't know what else you're supposed to do.
You rob them.
Yeah.
That's it.
At least, yeah.
Because you can't even do anything with their women because they don't. You know what I'm saying? Even if you were the
All right,
type.
hold on. Let me know.
Well, I'm saying, even if you're a Viking, right?
Yeah.
You just leave. You just rob them and leave.
Take whatever's in the fridge.
Yeah. You take what's edible and spendable and you get the hell out of there.
Give me
the fedora.
Give me that sandwich.
Give me that fedora.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, see, the problem.
There's probably a $6,000 leather fedora.
Yeah. And this is an issue. This is the issue I've been having in my life lately as I hear music on the internet and it gets stuck in my head. And sometimes it's Kanye. And now it's this guy because there is a 0% chance that at some point this week I won't be at work and be typing away and go,
now, this
fedoras
is just
are
a random
awesome.
thought.
Fedoras are awesome.
What if fedoras were awesome over the age beat?
I can't do it right now.
But it's just a thought.
Actually, yes, I can. Hold on. We'll be right back.
Why can't you?
To quote Samuel L. Jackson in Jurassic Park, hold on to your butts. Here we go. Here we go.
What?
Is this gonna?
Samuel Jackson.
That's what he said in Jurassic Park.
Hold on to your butts.
Hold on to your butts.
Hold on to your butts.
Oh no.
You don't know, what? You don't know that?
Hello, Earthlings. I'm Adam the Alien.
I'm Jeff Klein.
I'm Shannon. Tristy doesn't want to talk to you.
Samuel!
All right, and we're gonna do some stuff for you today. Fedoras are awesome. Fedoras are awesome.
Yes.
Fedoras are awesome. 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 Fedoras are awesome.
Tell me that ain't fire.
Fedoras are awesome.
Tell me that line real quick.
They're awesome. Fedoras, banana, I'm being killed. Fedoras are awesome. Bananas are
Dude, you auto-tune this guy? It is on.
Bananas are legal.
You're locked in. I just saw you tweaking for like 2 minutes. Cooking over here.
I found the spot on the record and I was like, oh, it's going down.
Put the needle on the record. Put the needle on the record. Get out of here, man. Oh, they have parents.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That shouldn't have went as well as it did.
Somebody is supporting them eternally.
He just couldn't. He left me the and it's in the same key. It was an accident.
I knew that. I just had a feeling.
I kind of want to do it again, but it's not going to be good entertainment. We'll do it after we record.
Just for
Give me one more. Let me take one more stab.
You're going to go to Best Buy real quick. Buy a thing.
I don't need it. I just need this mouse and my useless brain, baby.
Not useless. You just did this.
Yeah. I can figure out a way to monetize.
We took something useless and made it two things useless, made
Fair,
one thing useful.
Fair. Yeah, no, I definitely. Oh boy!
You should send that to Kanye on Twitter. I think I might wear a fedora next week.
Yeah, no, I think it's a great idea.
Because let's be honest, besides some Just for Men and a sweater, I'm not too far from being able to look like this guy. You know
should
what I mean?
be that guy for Halloween. Hopefully this blows up because you could just
awesome, yeah.
You could do a little shoe polish in the beard and a hat. You just need a fedora.
Yeah, I just.
Boy, there is a part of
I
me.
just have to revert to the version of myself.
Of course.
You know?
Yeah. No, you'd have to dig deep to find that guy.
Yeah, maybe some DMT or something.
Man, there's I want to put another beat over that guy doing that again, but I just don't think there's a better mashup.
Oh, you know what would be good on that? Turn out the lights in here, baby. Extra bright, I think I can see this.
Yeah.
Turn out the lights in here, baby.
Oh yeah, for anyone who was listening too, because I didn't have the video of him going while I was mixing that. I was literally just sliding the slider around on the video live. Okay, we won't run it back exactly, but I was just making sure people understood what they were dealing with here.
Look at some off the cuff.
I'm actually a little bit upset too because I didn't notice it until I stopped playing it that I didn't have us in the split screen with the video in the middle. So there's gonna be like a real tight shot of me, like
you just tweaking on that. That's good because I was just laughing. I was over here falling over. I couldn't breathe for a second. Yeah.
It was just,
well, because it was two things that I was seeing.
Yeah.
I was hearing that and seeing you mess with it, and then you were alone. You were alone, bro. Tunnel vision. Kanye had inspired you, and you were just, I mean, you could have been Avicii. It was,
I was like the guy doing the guitar solo for the Dire Straits.
No, you're like Skrillex. Like you just getting it in.
Oh boy, yeah. Okay, well, put something else over that. Oh god.
And when you really caught that out,
it just happened, man. It's just what happens, magic fingers. It shouldn't have worked. I was like, this will be stupid for a second. Then I don't
know why I heard it.
I'm so glad
I heard it. You know what I mean? Like when I was like, well, you know what these dorks can do is help Kanye out a little bit with some lyrics.
Fedora situation.
Because no one can, be offended by the fedoras.
No, it was really one of those things.
And when you hit, notice how my body center moves forward. I don't hit like a robot. Stand like this. As I hit, I move in.
There it was. I would hit like a robot.
The fist back and hit, wham, like that. Or you can have the fist short, real forward, and hit like that. So the fist can hit from a close distance, hey! Or it can hit from back here. Now when you hit, notice how my body's center moves forward. I don't hit like a robot. As I hit, I move in. I might step in to the strike. I might shuffle. In this particular case, I step and move my body center downward and forward as I hit. Now, I'll show you how we'd use this strike with Paul. Let's say Paul is in a boxing stance with his left foot forward. And put your left foot a little bit more forward, Paul. And he's going to come in with a right hook. I'm serious. I block with an out, left outward block. Could be a fist or open hand. I hit the heart right here. I'm breaking the sternum. These are moving the foot springs. Don't feel pain. You squeeze hard in there. And the thumb. Grab it. If you hit it, whip my neck. But you hurt me, right? Please increase the pressure and hitting with this thumb.
Give me a couple thank you balls.
That's what I'm trying to get me another one.
Thumb. Grabbing right behind the windpipe. In this angle, I think you can see it. Right behind the windpipe. Now we're squeezing hard. If we squeeze and pull out, that's lethal. That can kill. You gotta fight, even if the windpipe, don't feel pain. Squeeze hard. They'll drop. Remember, we're going behind the windpipe, the index finger and the thumb, and we're squeezing hard behind the windpipe. Thank you. Can kill. If you had a fight for your life, you'd never think twice about doing it, all right? If somebody had a knife in you now, you'd squeeze and pull out all you had. But if you want to immobilize somebody high on drugs, for instance, that don't feel pain, you squeeze hard in there, they'll feel it, they'll drop. So remember, we're going behind the windpipe with the index finger and the thumb, and we're squeezing hard behind the windpipe. Thank you, Paul.
All right.
And we're done.
That's the show. Stay out of the water.
Don't get blarneyed.
Peace.
This is the Ministry of Silly Talk.
Silly Talk. Ministry of Silly Talk.
This is the ministry. This is the ministry of
Silly Talk.
This is the ministry of
Silly Talk.
Thank you for listening to my daddy's stupid podcast. And remember, his head is full of doo-doo, so don't listen to anything he says.
That's very funny.